Question 1. What does a black sign with a white arrow curving to the left indicate? A. The road curves to the left ahead. B. Cars in this lane must turn left. C. Left turns are prohibited. D. Parking is to the left. The answer is B. Cars in this lane must turn left. Question 2. What does a flashing green light signify? This is a pedestrian-controlled traffic light. B. You can continue through the intersection as long as it's clear. C. This light simply warns you that you are entering an intersection. D. And B. The answer is D. And B. Question 3. What is the meaning of a flashing red light at an intersection? Stop and wait for the light to turn green. B. Stop and proceed when it is safe to do so. C. Slow down to check for oncoming traffic and proceed when it is safe. D. The flashing red light simply indicates an uncontrolled intersection. The answer is B. Stop and proceed when it is safe to do so. Question 4. What does a large diamond symbol painted on the road in a specific lane indicate? A. Bus lane only. B. You cannot drive in this lane. C. Reserved for buses, and D. High occupancy vehicles, HOVs. The answer is C. Reserved for buses, and D. High occupancy vehicles, HOVs. Question 5. What does a steady green arrow pointing left or right on a traffic light indicate? You may turn in the direction of the arrow if the intersection is clear. You must check for oncoming traffic before turning in the direction of the arrow. C. Stop and proceed in the direction of the arrow with caution. D. Drive straight through the intersection. The answer is A. You may turn in the direction of the arrow if the intersection is clear. Question 6. What does a steady red X symbol above a lane of traffic indicate? Proceed with caution. B. Begin moving out of this lane and into a lane with a steady green arrow. C. You cannot drive in this lane. D. Bus lane only. The answer is C. You cannot drive in this lane. Question 7. What should you do when a school bus is stopped at the side of the road with its lights flashing? Car can pass in the oncoming lane when it is clear. B. Car can continue driving as usual. C. Car must stop until the bus moves on. D. All the above. The answer is C. Car must stop until the bus moves on. Question 8. What does it mean when a traffic control signal displaying the word "stop" is held out by a person at a school crosswalk? Stop if there are any pedestrians crossing. B. Stop before entering the crosswalk and do not proceed until the signal is no. C. Ignore the signal as it is not legal anyhow. D. Slow down and proceed through the crosswalk with caution. The answer is B. Stop before entering the crosswalk and do not proceed until the signal is no. Question 9. What does a two-way left turn lane located in the center of the road signify? You can turn left or right from this lane. B. You can pass other cars in this lane. C. Cars traveling in both directions can turn left from this lane. D. You can park in this lane. The answer is C. Cars traveling in both directions can turn left from this lane. Question 10. In what situations is a U-turn not permitted? A. On a curve. B. Near or at the crest of a hill. C. Where a sign prohibits a U-turn. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 11. How far away from railroad tracks should you stop at a minimum? 6 meters from the nearest rail. B. 5 meters from the nearest rail. C. 10 meters from the nearest rail. D. 3 meters from the nearest rail. The answer is B. 5 meters from the nearest rail. Question 12. What steps should you take before leaving your car parked on a downhill slope? Turn your front wheels to the right and set your parking brake. B. Turn your front wheels to the left and set your parking brake. C. Leave your wheel parallel to the curb and set your parking brake. D. Set your parking brake only. The answer is A. Turn your front wheels to the right and set your parking brake. Question 13. What are the potential effects or risks of consuming 1 glass of beer before driving? Never a problem. There is not that much alcohol in 1 glass of beer. B. Okay if you have a cup of coffee as well. C. Problematic for some people and can cause impairment. D. Okay if you have eaten a large meal. The answer is C. Problematic for some people and can cause impairment. Question 14. In what situations should cruise control not be used? On wet, slippery, snowy, or icy surfaces. B. Under ideal highway driving conditions. C. When you are tired. D. A and C. The answer is D. And C. Question 15. When are you required to use your headlights while driving? All the time. B. Between 10 minutes after sunset and 10 minutes before sunrise. C. Whenever you cannot see 150 meters ahead. D. B and C. The answer is D, B and C. Question 16. What are some effective ways to reduce vehicle emissions? Keep the engine running. B. Change the oil and air filter regularly. C. Run the air conditioning system. All of the above. The answer is B. Change the oil and air filter regularly. Question 17. How far must you park from a fire hydrant? 10 meters. B. 6 meters. C. 5 meters. D. 3 meters. The answer is C. 5 meters. Question 18. If you can't stop in time for a large animal in your path, what should you do? Brake firmly. B. Try to strike the animal at an angle. C. Let up on the brakes just before hitting the animal to reduce the chance of it coming through your windshield. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 19. What is the appropriate action to take if a vehicle in front of you is stopped at a crosswalk on a multi-lane road? Pass the vehicle on the right only. Pass the vehicle on the left only. C. Stop before passing this vehicle and make sure there are no pedestrians in the crosswalk. A honk to encourage the vehicle's driver to get going. The answer is C. Stop before passing this vehicle and make sure there are no pedestrians in the crosswalk. Question 20. What steps should you take if another driver is tailgating you? Slow down slightly to increase the space in front of your car, allowing you extra space to stop more gradually. B. If you need to, move into another lane. C. Pull over to let the tailgater pass. D. Any of the above. The answer is D. Any of the above. Question 21. What actions should you take if you are faced with an unavoidable collision? Slow down as much as possible and steer for something that will cushion your car. B. Take your hands off the wheel and cover your head with your arms. C. Leap from the car if you can. D. Hit the brakes hard. The answer is A. Slow down as much as possible and steer for something that will cushion your car. Question 22. What should you do if you find yourself stranded in snow while inside your vehicle? Run the engine to keep the interior of the vehicle warm. B. Go and look for help. C. Run the engine only for about 5 minutes an hour to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. D. B and C. The answer is C. Run the engine only for about 5 minutes an hour to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Question 23. What actions should you take if you experience hydroplaning while driving? Slam on the brakes. B. Brake gently. C. Decelerate and drive straight ahead without hitting the brakes. D. Pull over. There may be something wrong with your car. The answer is C. Decelerate and drive straight ahead without hitting the brakes. Question 24. What should you do if you have a close call and nearly get into an accident? Think about how you can drive more safely so it doesn't happen again. B. Avoid that situation in the future. C. Not bother worrying about it. Remember that other drivers are usually to blame. Pat yourself on the back for not getting into the accident. The answer is A. Think about how you can drive more safely so it doesn't happen again. Question 25. What precautions should you take if you need to drive through a deep puddle? Drive through it as quickly as possible. B. Drive through it as slowly as possible. C. Gently apply the brakes after you get through the puddle to dry them out. D. B and C. The answer is D, B and C. Question 26. What is the proper procedure when passing a cyclist, especially if you need to move slightly into another lane? Doing something illegal, you must change lanes completely. B. Doing something unnecessary, there is plenty of room in one lane for a car to pass a cyclist. C. Actually changing lanes and should check your mirror, signal and shoulder check. D. A hazard to other drivers. The answer is C. Actually changing lanes and should check your mirror, signal and shoulder check. Question 27. How can you offer assistance if you witness a car crash? Making sure your vehicle is parked away from the crash. B. Calling for emergency services if necessary. C. Staying with injured people until help arrives. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 28. What steps should you take if your brakes fail while driving? Keep driving until you run out of gas. B. Pull rapidly on the parking brake. C. Pump the brakes rapidly, shift into a lower gear, pull gently on the parking brake and use your horn to warn other drivers. Keep your hand on the horn so everyone gets out of the way. The answer is C. Pump the brakes rapidly, shift into a lower gear, pull gently on the parking brake and use your horn to warn other drivers. Question 29. What should you do if your car breaks down on the freeway? Pull over to the far right and walk to the next exit. B. Put on your emergency flashers, pull over to the far right and walk to the next exit. C. Signal, pull off the road when safe, turn on your hazard lights, and stay with your vehicle. D. Stop wherever you are and go for help. The answer is C. Signal, pull off the road when safe, turn on your hazard lights, and stay with your vehicle. Question 30. What should you do if your gas pedal sticks and you can't pull it up with your shoe? Slam on the brakes. B. Pull up your emergency brake. C. Apply the brakes, look for an escape path, put the car in neutral and follow your escape path. D. Keep driving until you run out of gas. The answer is C. Apply the brakes, look for an escape path, put the car in neutral and follow your escape path. Question 1. What actions should you take if your headlights fail while driving? Try turning the light switch on and off rapidly. B. Trust your parking lights to make you visible to other vehicles. C. Use your hazard lights. D. A and C. The answer is C. Use your hazard lights. Question 2. What strategies can you use to stay awake and alert while driving on a long trip? Sing or talk to yourself. B. Take a nap at a rest stop. C. Eat moderately. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 3. What is the legal distance you must maintain when following an emergency vehicle? 50 meters. B. 100 meters. C. 150 meters. D. 200 meters. The answer is C. 150 meters. Question 4. Why is it important to stay well behind large trucks and buses and avoid their blind spots? You may not be visible to the driver if you follow too closely. B. You will not be able to see very well if you follow too closely. C. You could get crushed between one of these vehicles and the curb if they are turning at an intersection. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 5. Why is making eye contact with pedestrians and other drivers important? You get to meet new people that way. B. It can help communicate your intentions. C. It usually gets people to back off and let you go ahead first. D. It's polite. The answer is B. It can help communicate your intentions. Question 6. What are the consequences or issues with taking more than one parking spot? Expected if you have a nice car. B. Something that may encourage aggression in other drivers. C. Acceptable if there aren't many other cars in the parking lot. D. One way of protecting your car. The answer is B. Something that may encourage aggression in other drivers. Question 7. What is the best way to help prevent aggression from other drivers? Give the right-of-way and move over for merging traffic. B. Don't block passing lanes and pull over to let others pass if there is a long line of cars behind you. C. Don't yell at other drivers. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 8. What precautions should you take to help prevent a collision with an animal on the road? Scan the sides of the roadway ahead for animals. B. Watch for animal crossing signs. C. Be extra cautious at dusk and dawn. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 9. What is the default speed limit in urban areas if no signs indicate otherwise? 80 km per hour. B. 30 km per hour. C. 50 km/h. D. 60 km/h. The answer is C. 50 km per hour. Question 10. What is the default speed limit on roads outside of urban areas if there are no signs specifying otherwise? 80 km per hour. B. 30 km per hour. C. 50 km/h. D. 60 km/h. The answer is 80 km per hour. Question 11. What are some important tips for safely backing up your vehicle? If you have been stopped for some time, walk around the back of the vehicle to check that your path is clear. B. Back into driveways and parking spots so you can drive out facing forward. C. Do a 360 degrees vision check using shoulder checks, mirror checks, and turn your body to look out the rear window. Pay special attention to children, pets, pedestrians, cyclists, and people in wheelchairs. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 12. What does the term space conflicts refer to in driving and road safety? When two road users try to move into the same space at the same time. B. The road obstructed by construction. C. Pedestrians in the crosswalk. D. The bicycle lane. The answer is A. When two road users try to move into the same space at the same time. Question 13. What signs might suggest that you are approaching a green light that is about to turn red? Many cars are lined up at the cross street waiting for their light to turn green. B. Pedestrians are no longer in the intersection. C. The crosswalk signal has changed from a white figure to a flashing orange hand. D. A and C. The answer is D. And C. Question 14. What does a broken line marking on a highway indicate? Pass at any time. Pass if the way is clear. C. Never pass. D. Pass only during daylight hours. The answer is B. Pass if the way is clear. Question 15. What is the recommended minimum following distance to maintain between your vehicle and a motorcycle ahead of you? 2 seconds. B. 3 seconds. C. 4 seconds. D. 5 seconds. The answer is B. 3 seconds. Question 16. What actions should you take when an emergency vehicle with flashing lights and siren approaches you? A. Ensure that you stay at least 150 meters ahead of the emergency vehicle. B. Stop wherever you are. C. Turn up the volume on the stereo. D. Pull over to the curb and stop. The answer is D. Pull over to the curb and stop. Question 17. What should you do when you are approaching a railway crossing? Watch for warning lights that indicate an approaching train. B. Watch for motorcycle riders and cyclists who may slip on the wet tracks. C. Realize that trains always have the right of way. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 18. Under what conditions is it allowed to overtake another vehicle by using the oncoming lane? When there is a yellow double solid line in the center of the road. B. When there is a broken yellow line in the center of the road and it is safe to pass. C. When there is a broken white line in the center of the road. D. You should never pass in the oncoming lane. The answer is B. When there is a broken yellow line in the center of the road and it is safe to pass. Question 19. When two vehicles reach an uncontrolled intersection or a four-way stop simultaneously, which vehicle should go first? The car farthest to the right. B. The car farthest to the left. C. Whichever car is fastest. D. The car with the meanest-looking driver. The answer is A. The car farthest to the right. Question 20. What should you do when reversing a vehicle? A. Do a 360-degree vision check before you begin. B. Turn your body to look out the rear window. C. Be especially careful when backing out of a driveway. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 21. What steps should you follow when switching lanes? Signal and then proceed. B. Check your mirrors and your blind spot and then proceed. C. Check your mirrors, signal, check your blind spot and then proceed. D. Check your mirrors, signal and then proceed. The answer is C. Check your mirrors, signal, check your blind spot and then proceed. Question 22. In what situations do emergency vehicles with flashing lights and sirens have priority on the road? In intersections. B. While driving on the right side of the road. C. In all circumstances. D. While on your side of a divided median. The answer is C. In all circumstances. Question 23. When using your high beams at night, what is the minimum distance you must maintain from another vehicle before switching to low beams? 50 meters. B. 100 meters. C. 150 meters. D. 200 meters. The answer is C. 150 meters. Question 24. When driving at night, what are some best practices to ensure safety on the road? Avoid busy streets. B. Use your high beams. C. Glance to the right edge of the road to avoid glare from oncoming lights. All of the above. The answer is C. Glance to the right edge of the road to avoid glare from oncoming lights. Question 25. Why is it important to maintain a greater following distance when driving behind a large truck? You will have a larger range of vision. B. Facing uphill, the truck could roll back. C. Large vehicles can spray dirt or water onto your windshield in rainy weather. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 26. In optimal driving conditions, what is the recommended distance to keep between your car and the vehicle ahead? 2 seconds behind. B. 3 seconds behind. C. 4 seconds behind. D. In ideal conditions, it doesn't matter. The answer is A. 2 seconds behind. Question 27. When driving into a tunnel on a bright day, what should you do to ensure safe passage? Keep your sunglasses on, as taking them off may take your attention away from driving. B. Slow down to let your eyes adjust to the lower light levels. C. Speed up to get through as quickly as possible. D. Just keep driving as you were before. The answer is B. Slow down to let your eyes adjust to the lower light levels. Question 28. What actions should you take when encountering low visibility conditions while driving? Slow down and maintain extra space margins. B. Use your defroster to keep your windows clear. C. Search and scan more carefully. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 29. When might it be beneficial to use hand signals along with your turn signals while driving? When changing lanes. B. When turning a corner. C. When pulling out from a line of parked vehicles. D. When stopping. The answer is C. When pulling out from a line of parked vehicles. Question 30. When parallel parking, what is the maximum distance you can be from the curb? A. 50 centimeters. B. 30 centimeters. C. 5 centimeters. D. It doesn't matter. The answer is B. 30 centimeters. Question 1. When are you required to use your vehicle's turn signals? When changing lanes. B. When turning a corner. C. When pulling out from a line of parked vehicles. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 2. What should you do if the traffic signal facing you is red but you plan to go straight? Stop, give pedestrians the right of way, then proceed with caution. B. Stop, give pedestrians the right of way, then proceed with caution. C. Slow down, proceed when the way is clear. D. Stop, proceed only when the signal turns green and when the way is clear. The answer is D. Stop, proceed only when the signal turns green and when the way is clear. Question 3. What steps should you follow when approaching a roundabout or traffic circle? Slow down as you approach the circle. B. Yield to traffic already in the circle. C. Yield to vehicles on your right if they arrive at the same time you do. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 4. When you spot a potential hazard in your path, what actions should you consider taking? Pull over until the hazard is gone. B. Slow down. C. Take your foot off the accelerator and rest it on the brake pedal. D. B and C. The answer is D, B, and C. Question 5. When a highway is divided into multiple lanes, how should a driver navigate those lanes? Move from lane to lane with bursts of speed when passing. B. Never change lanes. C. Signal intention and move to another lanes only when it is safe to do so. D. Straddle lanes and block following traffic. The answer is C. Signal intention and move to another lanes only when it is safe to do so. Question 6. What is the correct hand and arm signal for indicating that you are slowing down or stopping? Arms straight out the window. B. Arm out and down. C. Arm out and up. D. Circle motion. The answer is B. Arm out and down. Question 7. Under what circumstances is it permissible to cross a bicycle lane? There is a broken white line. B. You want to park in that lane. C. You are turning in or out of a driveway. D. A and C. The answer is D and C. Question 8. When is it allowed to enter a high-occupancy vehicle of the lane? There are broken lines to indicate a crossing point. B. You have the required number of people in your vehicle as indicated by HOV signs. C. You want to drive faster than everyone else. D. A and B. The answer is D and B. Question 9. Under what conditions is it permissible to pass another vehicle on the right? You are on a 2 or more laned roadway. B. A driver ahead of you is turning left, and it is safe to go around. C. There is a paved shoulder. D. A and B. The answer is D and B. Question 10. When is it permissible to make a left turn in front of oncoming traffic? You see the advance green arrow at the bottom of the regular set of traffic lights. You see the green arrow on a separate set of traffic lights designated for left turns. C. You don't have an advance green arrow or a separate left turn signal, but you think you can make it before oncoming traffic proceeds into the intersection. D. A and B. The answer is D and B. Question 11. Under what conditions is it unsafe to pass another vehicle using the oncoming lane? A. On a curve. B. Near or at the crest of a hill. C. In an intersection. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Question 12. What are the restrictions regarding carrying items in a house or boat trailer while driving a motor vehicle? B. Flammable materials. C. Firearms. D. Persons. The answer is D. Persons. Question 13. When making a left turn on a two-way road, where should your vehicle be positioned? It does not matter provided you signal. B. Close to the left-hand side of the roadway. C. Close to the right-hand side of the roadway. D. Immediately to the right of the center line of the roadway. The answer is D. Immediately to the right of the center line of the roadway. Question 14. When driving with a learner's permit, who must be present in the vehicle with you? Qualified supervisor. B. Animal. C. Any person. D. Qualified person. The answer is A. Qualified supervisor. Question 15. If you intend to go straight through an intersection and the traffic signal facing you is red, what is the first action you must take? Stop, wait until the light changes to green and the intersection is clear before moving through it. B. Stop, give pedestrians the right of way, and then proceed with caution. C. Slow down, proceed when the way is clear. D. Stop, proceed when the way is clear. The answer is A. Stop, wait until the light changes to green and the intersection is clear before moving through it. Question 16. What does a school zone sign with a speed limit of 30 km per hour indicate? You must slow down to the indicated speed between 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. You must slow down to the indicated speed at all times. C. You must slow down to the indicated speed during hazardous conditions. D. You must slow down to the indicated speed between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on school days. The answer is D. You must slow down to the indicated speed between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on school days. Question 17. What does a flashing yellow beacon above an intersection signify? Continue at same speed. B. Drive with caution. C. Stop if making a left turn. D. Stop if making a right turn. The answer is B. Drive with caution. Question 18. When approaching a stop sign, what are you legally required to do before entering the intersection? Slow down and if way is clear, proceed. B. Stop and when it is safe to do so, proceed. Stop, sound horn, then proceed. D. Slow down, sound horn and proceed. The answer is B. Stop and when it is safe to do so, proceed. Question 19. What is the implication of driving at a slower speed than the rest of the traffic around you? Permitted if you are unaware of the speed limit. B. A hazard since other drivers may become frustrated or angry and try to pass you. C. Considered safe if there is bad weather. E. A hazard only when your speed is less than 70% of all other freeway speed. The answer is B. A hazard since other drivers may become frustrated or angry and try to pass you. Question 20. When a traffic signal turns while a pedestrian is still crossing, who should yield the right-of-way? Motorists coming from the pedestrian's left. B. Motorists coming from the pedestrian's right. C. Motorists making a turn. D. The pedestrian. The answer is D. The pedestrian. Question 21. What should pedestrians do when they see a flashing "Don't Walk" signal? Disregard all signals. B. Cross in all circumstances. C. Not cross but finish crossing the street if they have already started. D. Cross if there is no oncoming traffic. The answer is C. Not cross but finish crossing the street if they have already started. Question 22. Large trucks require what special considerations or adjustments from other drivers? More space for turning only. B. More time for stopping only. C. More starting. D. All the above. The answer is D. All the above. Question 23. It's illegal to smoke in a motor vehicle when there are passengers under what age? 18. B. 19. C. 17. D. says. The answer is D. 16. Question 24. What is the term for the area that you cannot see in your vehicle's rear and side view mirrors? Dark area. B. Safe zone. Blind spot. D. Danger zone. The answer is C. Blind spot. Question 25. What are the requirements for a child who weighs more than 18 kilograms, is shorter than 145 centimeters, and is under 9 years old in terms of vehicle safety? Use a seatbelt. B. Sit in the front seat. C. Use an approved car seat. D. Use an approved booster seat. The answer is C. Use an approved car seat. Question 26. Who is tasked with making sure that all passengers are safely secured with seatbelts or child restraints? Police. B. Vehicle owner. C. Passengers. D. Driver. The answer is D. Driver. Question 27. If your vehicle breaks down on the highway, what steps should you take? Pull over, activate your emergency flashers and wait for help. B. Get out and walk to get help. C. Get out and try to wave highway traffic around your vehicle. Blow your horn to ask for help. The answer is Pull over, activate your emergency flashers, and wait for help. Question 28. What driving actions can lead to skids, given that they are often caused by driver error? Accelerate too fast. Brake too hard. Drive too fast. All of these. The answer is D. All of these. Question 29. In the event of a reportable accident, you should report A. Within 24 hours. B. Immediately. C. Within 48 hours. D. Within 72 hours. The answer is B. Immediately. Question 30. What steps should you follow when entering a freeway? Drive slowly and be prepared to stop for freeway traffic. B. Slow down and then enter the freeway at a sharp angle. C. Signal and increase your speed to merge smoothly with traffic. D. Stop on the acceleration lane, wait for an opening, and then enter the freeway rapidly. The answer is C. Signal and increase your speed to merge smoothly with traffic. Question 1. What is the initial license that new drivers typically receive? Class 5 license. B. Class 1 license. C. Learner's license. D. Class 6 license. The answer is C. Learner's license. Question 2. Children must use a rear-facing infant seat until they reach what age or size? 1 year old and 7 kilograms. B. 1 year old and 9 kilograms. C. Over 1 year old and 9 kilograms. D. Over 1 year old and 20 kilograms. The answer is B. 1 year old and 9 kilograms. Question 3. What does a solid line to the left of your lane indicate? Pass at your discretion. B. Pass only when no traffic is sight. C. It is unsafe to pass. D. Overtake and pass with caution. The answer is C. It is unsafe to pass. Question 4. When, if ever, is it permissible to lend your driver's license to someone else? In case of emergencies. B. For identification purpose only. C. To another person who is learning to drive. D. Never. The answer is D. Never. Question 5. What should you do if your vehicle begins to hydroplane? Brake gently and quickly pull over. B. Brake hard, applying as much force as possible. C. Have your vehicle checked by a mechanic. D. Without braking, decelerate and drive straight ahead. The answer is D. Without braking, decelerate and drive straight ahead. Question 6. When driving behind or beside a large vehicle, what should you avoid doing? A. Passing. B. Using the radio. C. Making eye contact. Driving in their blind spot. The answer is D. Driving in their blind spot. Question 7. Which lane should you be in when preparing to make a right-hand turn? Close to the right side of the road. B. The lane approaching from the left. C. Close to the left side of the roadway. D. Close to the center line of the roadway. The answer is A. Close to the right side of the road. Question 8. What is the most effective method for stopping quickly on a wet or icy roadway? Apply brakes the same way you always do. B. Put brakes on hard and try to prevent vehicle from skidding. C. Keep foot off brake and let the vehicle slow and stop automatically. You brake. If wheels lock, then release pressure and reapply until you come to a stop. The answer is D. Brake. If wheels lock, then release pressure and reapply until you come to a stop. Question 9. What steps should you take when parking your vehicle facing downhill? Set your parking brake only. B. Leave your front wheels parallel to the curb. C. Turn your front wheels towards the curb or right shoulder. D. Turn your front wheels to the left and set your parking brake. The answer is C. Turn your front wheels towards the curb or right shoulder. Question 10. When driving down a steep hill, what is a good and safe practice to follow? Turn off the ignition. B. Place the gear shift in neutral. C. Disengage the clutch and coast. E. Gear down and use motor to assist in braking. The answer is D. Gear down and use motor to assist in braking. Question 11. What is the minimum distance you must park away from a stop sign, traffic control signal, or crosswalk? 4 meters. B. 5 meters. C. 3 meters. D. 6 meters. The answer is D. 6 meters. Question 12. What should you do before moving your vehicle from a parked position? Signal and pull away from the curb. B. Sound your horn and pull away from the curb slowly. C. Check other traffic, signal and pull away from the curb quickly. D. Always signal and check for traffic, pulling out only when it is safe to do so. The answer is D. Always signal and check for traffic, pulling out only when it is safe to do so. Question 13. What steps should you take if you experience a tire blowout while driving? Apply heavy braking. B. Keep your foot on brake and steer to the right. C. Keep your foot on the brake and steer to the left. D. Take your foot off the gas pedal and steer the vehicle firmly in the direction you want to go. The answer is D. Take your foot off the gas pedal and steer the vehicle firmly in the direction you want to go. Question 14. What should you always do before changing lanes? Checking the rear view. B. Signaling and decreasing speed. C. Blowing your horn and providing the appropriate hand signal. D. Signaling, checking the rear view mirror and checking blind spots. The answer is D. Signaling, checking the rear view mirror and checking blind spots. Question 15. When parking near a railway crossing, what is the minimum distance you must keep from the nearest rail? 10 meters. B. 7 meters. C. 5 meters. D. 15 meters. The answer is D. 15 meters. Question 16. What is the immediate consequence for your driver's license if you are convicted of driving with a BAC over .08? 30 days. B. 7 days. C. 60 days. D. 90 days. The answer is D. 90 days. Question 17. How far must you park from a fire hydrant to comply with regulations? 2 m. B. 4 m. C. 5 m. D. 3 mètres. The answer is C. 5 m. Question 18. When parallel parking, how close to the curb should you be in centimeters? A. 90. B. 120. To 30. D. 60. The answer is C. 30. Question 19. What is the default maximum speed limit on roads outside of urban areas, unless otherwise indicated by a sign? 80 km per hour. B. 60 km per hour. C. 100 km/h. D. 50 km/h. The answer is A. 80 km per hour. Question 20. What does a flashing red beacon above an intersection indicate? You must come to a complete stop. Move through the intersection only when it is safe to do so. B. Slow down and drive with increased caution. C. Slow down and if necessary yield right of way to cars approaching from the left or right. D. Signal light is out of order. Proceed with caution. The answer is A. You must come to a complete stop. Move through the intersection only when it is safe to do so. Question 21. Hydroplaning, which can cause your vehicle to skid, is caused by what factors? Overinflated tires. B. Your tires riding on top of the water. C. Flat tires. D. Ice on roadway. The answer is B. Your tires riding on top of the water. Question 22. What can a person do if their driver's license is currently suspended? A. Operate a motor vehicle to and from work. B. Not operate a motor vehicle under any conditions. C. Operate a motor vehicle when accompanied by a licensed driver. D. Operate a motor vehicle in a case of extreme emergency. The answer is B. Not operate a motor vehicle under any conditions. Question 23. When driving with a learner's license, what are the restrictions on the times you may drive? 5 a.m. and 2 a.m. B. 1 a.m. and midnight. Midnight and 5 a.m. D. 5 a.m. and midnight. The answer is D. 5 a.m. and midnight. Question 24. What are the consequences if you refuse to take a roadside blood alcohol screening test when requested by police? You have 24 hours to attend for a test. B. You get a warning that will go on your driving record. C. Your license can be suspended and you can face criminal charges. D. You have the option to going to the police station and taking a breathalyzer test. The answer is C. Your license can be suspended and you can face criminal charges. Question 25. If you drive without a valid license, how long can the police impound your vehicle on the spot? 15 days. B. 1 day. C. 3 days. D. 7 days. The answer is D. 7 days. Question 26. In BC's graduated licensing program, when are drivers and learners prohibited from using handheld or hands-free communication devices? True. B. False. The answer is A. True. Question 27. What are the 3 factors that affect how long it takes to stop a vehicle? Brakes, road and tire conditions. B. Rain, snow and road conditions. C. Perception time, reaction time and braking time. D. Rain, snow and fog. The answer is C. Perception time, reaction time and braking time. Question 28. How soon must you update your address on your license after changing it? 21 days of moving. B. 30 days of moving. 10 days of moving. D. At any time prior to renewal of license. The answer is C. 10 days of moving. Question 29. When an emergency vehicle has its siren or lights on, how close can you follow it? A. 150 meters. B. 350 meters. C. 50 meters. D. 25 meters. The answer is A. 150 meters. Question 30. How can wearing a seatbelt affect your safety in a collision? Increase your chance of being injured or killed. B. Decrease your chance of being injured or killed. C. Make it more difficult for emergency services to help you. D. Make no difference to your chance of being injured or killed. The answer is B. Decrease your chance of being injured or killed.